Tonight on NBC, their hit drama, The Blacklist starring James Spader airs with an all-new time-slow Sunday, June 22, 2023, episode, and we have your The Blacklist recap below. On tonight's The Blacklist Season 10, Episode 18 called Wormwood as per the NBC synopsis. Red's attempt to mediate a meeting between two rival families takes a deadly turn. When an elusive criminal is linked to the incident, the task force races against time to save Red and his associates. If you are excited to find out what happens tonight, make sure to bookmark this spot and come back for our The Blacklist recap between 10 p.m. 11 p.m. ET. While you wait for our recap, make sure to check out all our The Blacklist recaps, news, and spoilers right here. Tonight's The Blacklist episode begins now. Refresh page often to get the most current updates. Tonight's The Blacklist episode begins in Miami. Florida Reddington is on the phone with Agnes and telling her to put powder in her ballet slippers and promises that he will be there soon once he soothes out a minor disagreement. In another room are Raoul and Vincent with their families. A waiter is serving dinner. Red has a proposal for them, but he wants to eat first and tell stories about their past when they risked their lives for an old car. Red says his proposal is fair and will work, as long as they have forbearance. Vincent serves champagne for everyone, but he gets non-alcoholic. They toast, then Vincent starts grabbing at his neck collar. He is going into shock. Leon hits the floor as well. They are anaphylactic. Red has seen this before. Nobody comes in and nobody leaves. Forbearance is now the least of their problems. Wrestler is with the man he is sponsoring at AA. Jonathan, he wants to give him his 2-month chip. He saw his dealer yesterday and he didn't have an urge, and he moved back in with his wife. All of that he credits Wrestler. Next to his wife, he feels like he is the most important person in his life. He saved his life. Red calls Dembe. It could not have been the champagne, whatever poisoned them. Red's guess is that they have all been exposed. It makes Red think of Wormwood, who creates poisons that are undetectable. The Sandoval and Montano family own a mine in the Dominican Republic, rich in cobalt and aluminum. Decades ago, an accident took the life of the Montano patriarch. A few weeks after, 2 Sandovals were killed in retaliation, and they have been blood enemies ever since. Once the feud started, the mining started. Red assures the rest of the people he is with that he has the top man working on the case, but they are not leaving that room until they get information. The task force. Cooper tells Herbie that he has to go to Red and act as his medical expert. Raoul is clutching for his neck. He falls to the ground. Herbie says it looks like an allergy by human touch. Red says someone wants all the Sandovals and Montanos dead. Herbie sends a report to the task force. The food was laced. With it, mild reactions are turning into deadly ones. The compound is traceable to Wormwood. Gabriella Sandoval, Vincent's daughter, walks in the room and wants to know about the peace talks. Herbie tells her to get out. Her father is dead. Herbie goes and tells Red that he sent the information to the task force. David opens the window. Red told him not to. He falls to the floor. Red says he was given a list of who would be there. Tito Sandoval canceled last minute, so David invited his son, Don Montano. Red says he was surprised. Gabriella is looking through the glass. She looks surprised as well. The drugs were a dead end. But there was a chef, Naomi Lindquist. Red loves her gnocchi. Wrestler goes to see her. She says it was a job like no other job, except for the tension. She witnessed Vincent arguing with Tito, his relative. She says she ate as well. There is not a dish that goes out that she doesn't taste. She has a nut allergy. If she was poisoned, she would not be alive. To Jonathan's surprise, Hudson calls him in and wants to talk about his relationship with Wrestler. Jonathan tells him that it is none of his business. Hudson says he wants proof, and he is the only one to get it. Liz Keene was a corrupt FBI agent and Reddington's heir apparent, also Ressler's lover. He tells Jonathan to ask Ressler about Liz Keene. Demby and Saya go to check on Tito. Ressler gets a message from Jonathan. Red is with Eisen and Don. He says he wanted the young generation to take over, but this was not his plan. Don says the dying stops here. Red says Tito is responsible. In the other room, Gabriella sends a text, "I need your help now." Tito was against the peace. He was supposed to be there, and he wasn't. Don says they were tracking Eisen's family. The meeting was on his property. Red says if Tito is responsible, there will be no peace until he is found.